What is going on, everybody? I wanted to show you that fantastic DJ display and show you, well, it's like I'm seeing myself. But I wanted to show you the epicness of what is to become. Look at that. It is intense. Today has been crazy. We just had a massive, massive rainstorm that came and went in 2 sets of like 10 minutes. So definitely something. So I'm hoping that the internet stays up and everything is good to go. How's everybody's evening? It's Wednesday. It's crazy, crazy time. And I received my rocks from Universal Rocks quick. And it's, I mean, I'll explain all of this in a second, but yeah, when I opened them, I was like, no. These are too big. And then started getting them into the aquarium, and just what we're going to be able to create is going to be simply fantastic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to answer a few questions before we get started. And I talk about everything that's happening since the last live. But thank you very much, Candy. If you're not a member already, this was already talked about in the memberships, not the rocks, but the lighting and what I'm doing there. And it's exclusive. There's behind the scenes stuff. There's going to be stuff right after this live video. And then I plan to do once a month lives there where it will be very, very exclusive. But if it's not something you want to do and you just want to join every once in a while here, and you throw up a super chat, or you're supporting in other ways by sharing videos, I greatly appreciate all that anyways. So let me answer a few questions. Hello, everyone. Get that popcorn ready. How do I feel about real rocks? I think they're awesome. I mean, for instance, here you go. Real rock. I actually mix real and fake because I believe it gives a far better, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't just look or feel when you have real rock hooked with fake rock. It just looks really good. And this isn't done. This is just kind of the first thought of how this tank is going to look. Aesthetics. This is like KG CICHLIDS. He must work as a manager in retail with that attitude. I like it. Jay, can you put Universal Rock on acrylic? Absolutely. So you can put anything on acrylic, but yes, absolutely. You don't have to silicone Universal Rock. So I'll explain why I'm doing this as opposed to a background, and it'll maybe open up some thoughts to what you can potentially do with some really neat stuff. And I mean, I'm not going to lie, $5. If you didn't watch the video last Sunday, this thing, gotta get over there. I'm changing it all the same color. How horrible is that? Gotta get it. All the different colors. It strobes. I mean, it's not super fancy, but the design was to, what are you going to do? When are you going to get the plumbing started? So that's Billy. Billy's a behind the scenes member. So there's a lot of crazy stuff. I'm running a tight window. I mean, super tight. So tank was here. I had pushed everything back. What up, Cunningham? Yes, these are foam rocks. And I started pushing everything back. I'm waiting for the right fish, and then boom, fish hit. I said, hey, when can I get these fish? September 7th, they're coming. Okay. Well, I already got the tank, right? I'm cool. But no, I hadn't started the rocks yet. I just got Carib Sea their delivery, which is amazing. Thank you very much, Carib Sea. I hadn't done anything. I reach out to Universal Rocks, Ben. He's one of my best friends. The dude is there in a pinch all the time. I said, hey, man, I wanted to know what your thoughts were on this. And I'll kind of just segue into this, why it's like this. I said, I don't want to do a full background. And the reason being is because I do full backgrounds. And there's going to be backgrounds. And there's going to be other things along the way when it comes to setting up aquariums. And I absolutely love incorporating Universal Rock stuff. 1, I've worked there before. 2, he's my best friend. And 3, I feel like I'm part of the family. I'll always feel like that, no matter how far I live away. There are a couple of tanks that don't have it, but they never feel like a tank that does. And so I said, hey, with the 36 that I had, I just did this rock. I was supposed to do a bigger rock in the back, and it just didn't work. And I said, just cut me foam rocks. And let me show you what I'm talking about. Just cut me foam rocks, okay? Pretty simple design in terms of what I need. Actually, this rock is amazing in itself. Now, this can be done with any rock, right? So you get a rock from them, you just cut aside, and now you can set it up. So with this, I can shave it down. I could slice it to make it thinner. This is why I choose this. But this isn't the foam that will come with a TV. This is a high density foam. I believe this one is 7 pounds. I could be wrong. This might be 3 or 4 pounds. But when they spray it, I have this thick edge to line with silicone. And I can just kind of silicone the bottom. The idea would then be to drill holes so that water can pass through, right? Super simple. Krager's Fish! He's in! He's a member! Look at him! I love it. And he's got a frontosa, so I believe KG Cichlids owes him something. But look at that, right? Silicone, done. I can raise it up to come out of the water if I want. I can leave it down just like that. Done. That's it. It's that simple. And the silicone is super easy to do. So the idea for me is to drill some holes. Now, like this, it's a little thicker. Oh, the rain's coming down. This is a little thicker, right? There's a couple of things I can do for this. I can actually just cut this straight down the middle, and then I can use it in 2 pieces if I wanted to, up against the back. These haven't been washed, so they look a little whitewashed, but this is a color that I absolutely love called Castle Rock. But you can see it can sit like this. It can shelf. You can stand it up. Whatever you want to do, it's there. This is the thought. It provides me with way more depth than what I would get by a background just protruding. This tank is only 22 inches front to back. And while it is exactly what I needed for the space, if I was to put, let's say, Malawi background in, which is, I mean, outside of the Wilson's Ridge, it's probably one of my favorite. It's a little deep for 22 for me. For some people it's not, but for me it is. So I said, hey, cut up some foam rocks. Let's get it done, and let's do something different than I've done. And so I'm thinking about this as escape right now. I'm going to take the back glass. I don't even know where it went. Not the back glass, because that's attached to the aquarium, but it's going to be frosted. And the idea for the frosted was the light. If I go black, I won't be able to use the light. Mental gentlemen, what advice would you give for someone in their early 20s trying to start a career with aquariums? 1, I would say, you know what? Let me put some actual thought before I say anything, mental gentlemen. I really want to give you that time and focus. So answer me a few questions. What do you do right now? Do you have a degree? And if so, what is it in? What is your interest with aquariums? And what is your initial thought in terms of a business for aquariums? And then we can discuss it. If you really want to get in super detail, these are the type of questions that are perfect for the membership side, because they're more intimate and they're not surrounded with some crazy stuff like this. But so I was going to go with black, and then, you know, we had the $5 thing. We said, let's jam. Let's just do a frosted background. I'm going to take the black off the other tank, frost the back, and it's just going to provide a cleaner look. I've done the black on the Zebra Pleco tank. I actually added another wave maker. And yeah, so I'm going to try the frosted first. And then if I don't like it, I can always put black on, right? So that's the idea. Doesn't Universal Rocks have realistic plants still, or did they 86 those? I think, is it 86? Is that the word? No, they didn't get rid of them. They still have them on their website. Thank you, Candy. The other thing you could do is check out Instagram, because I'm always posting some shots of fish and cool stuff. And I did a live video of Ninja Turtles that I got. But so you have many options with those. Philly fill. You know, I do. That's the crazy part, is there's so many options that I can do with these rocks. And this isn't it. Like, this isn't it. Like, they can take one large rock that you see on their website. And that's the funny thing is I think people, no, KG Cichlids is not John. That's KG Tropicals. KG Cichlids is Kevin Green. But thank you very much. What's really neat about this is you can buy a $200 to $300 big rock and spend less on that, have them do it out of foam, and then cut it yourself. Have them cut it. The possibilities are endless. I actually didn't even ask for anything specific. What I like to do is say, you cut the rock however you think. I wanted 3 pieces that were of different height or all the same height that I can cut down. What he sent me far exceeded my expectations. That's Universal Rocks. If you're looking for something absolutely specific with specific paints, they don't use paint. That's not the route. But if you're looking for realistic custom, it's going to cost you. If you're looking for, you know, I don't want to say cookie cutter, but you're looking for stuff that you could be really creative with and still look amazingly real, that's Universal Rocks. I have to support the guy who has and still promotes Tropheus and fish from Lake Tanganyika on his channel. Oh my goodness. There are 40 Morago going in here. 40 going in this bad boy. Man, I am like super pumped about this. I'm very, very pumped. Hey, Jay, considering not using a sump, how does the circulation behind the background? Sometimes there is none. I like to drill holes in inconspicuous areas on ledges and stuff underneath, small holes. I'm not a fry person, so I don't care if fry get back there. I'm not breeding. With the Moragos, maybe, but the idea would be for a background, I typically will put a cheapo canister, or if I can get a good deal, like if I can get like a super cheap, I don't care. You can put it behind it. For me, I like everything to be the same aesthetically. I like everything to be the same whenever I do something. So there are going to be 2 whale 500s to start on this. I'll probably add a third. If I had a background, I would put the whale behind it. That's it. Or you could put a small power head behind it in a pocket, or just drill holes, like I said, and water will flow. Will it get stagnant? Yes. Do I think it affects it? I've never had the issue in any tank that I've ever done. So I'm waiting for Mental Gentleman and his awesome super chat to give me those pieces of information, and then I can rock and roll from there. Us poor folks can't afford Universal Rocks, so I just use real rocks and support my tank bottoms. Now, yeah, you could do that. You could still get inexpensive stuff from Universal Rocks. It doesn't have to be $600. It doesn't have to be $300. You can get a rock, a big, nice hunkin' rock for $100 and have them cut it and make a crazy background. Or even nuts, you can get a bunch of stacking rocks, spend $100, get a bunch of stacking rocks, and silicone those on the back. Like, we got to think outside the glass box and get to it, to what we need. They have several that are in the $20 range. Yeah, I mean, they've got $20 range. They got $3 range, $4 range. I want to rock. Yeah, we do. We want to rock. I do in Buna, Jay. Dude, even cooler, because you can get a big rock like that and cut holes in it and have them go in and out of the rocks and not have those weird, tacky cichlid rocks. Those are hideous. You know, and they go, hey, these are cichlid rocks. Okay, good marketing, but they're not. I went to a landscaping place. They gave me plenty of scrap, flat slate rocks. Yeah, that's great. I don't like slate, but that's amazing. There's another thing you could do. I just thought of this. This is a dispersion rock. You actually sit it on top of a waterfall to disperse the water. Why not ask for these in that style and put them all over the background? Super light. It's getting crazy. It's getting crazy in here. But yeah, so I mean, there's so much that could be done with nature, with the things you typically have around. All right, so let's hear what Mental Gentleman says. No further schooling after the high school diploma. I work a blue-collar job making a little more than minimum wage. The idea is making cycled, simple aquascape tanks ready for sale and easy maintenance. I thought about making a Patreon and raffling tanks like people do cars. Takashi Amano got to where he got by making tons of tanks. I want to chase that ethic. So his ethic was completely different. It was redesigning nature, right? It was that feeling of serenity and sereneness. In terms of a business doing that, I think it's going to be very difficult, especially when you don't have a storefront. What I would recommend is maybe look at getting yourself all outfitted for maintenance. And that'll give you the opportunity to work on sales skills, get yourself in front of people that are looking for aquariums. The other thing to do is, if you don't want to start that way from the ground up, maybe go to your local fish store, saltwater, freshwater. And if they don't have a maintenance team, talk to them about potentially utilizing each other's power together, your core of ethics and what you want to achieve, their established clientele, and now you folks are working together. When they need something, you're getting it from the fish store. You're pushing them to that fish store. When they need maintenance, they're calling you to say, hey, Mental Gentleman, here's the deal. We got 2 tanks, bada bing, bada boom. So as far as just cycling the tanks and getting them rocking and rolling and getting them to somebody, it's a very difficult task, because 1, you got to find somebody that likes exactly what you did. And 2, how are you getting it there cycled without it looking not so good? Whereas if you had a maintenance business, or you started there with a maintenance business and you worked with local fish stores, you walked into restaurants that were looking to, put in aquariums, you can really achieve some great stuff. And when anybody tells you, oh, no room, there is plenty of room wherever you live to have a piece of whatever pie is available. I am so tired of hearing a saturated market or whatever it is when it comes to anything in the aquarium industry. If you're doing something ethical and it is the right way, and you are making money and you are able to provide the customers with something that they can't get somewhere else, then you are doing yourself a far better service than just outside looking in, wishing on a pipe dream that it could come true. You have to attack it. So I don't care that you don't have a college degree. Working a blue collar job for a little bit more than minimum wage, that doesn't say anything to me. That just says that you're working and you want to go do something different. You could still work and do maintenance on aquariums. If you want to attack something, you have to be willing to give up certain things. And sometimes that's a little bit of time. Not all people can do that. So you have to find other ways to get to that goal. I think aquarium maintenance is your best start from where you want to go. And then you can network from there. There is tons of free marketing that you can do in today's world. Tiffany White, what is going on? Go to your local fish events, network, find people who share the same passion and experience in what you are trying to achieve. That's absolutely truth from Billy Parker. How did you start in this wonderful hobby and get where you are now? It's It's actually one of those random stories. So did a bunch of crazy things in high school in terms of jobs. I was a waiter. I taught gymnastics. I didn't even know gymnastics, but I was like tumbling for kids. I did birthday parties. I joined the military because that was best for me. I knew that if I was going to be successful in whatever it is I wanted to do, then I needed to give myself more structure than what I already had. I was a very good athlete. Sometimes you think about it and go, man, I wish I would have stuck to that. But that's past. That built a foundation. I got into the military. When I got out of the military, I don't know if I cannot do splits, by the way. I don't know what people do, but when I got out, if you've gotten a chance to watch that video, Who is Jay Wilson? I'll probably have to do an updated one, but I was lost. I was a sales guy with Apple. I loved it. I moved to Oklahoma and I got lost. I didn't know where I was going, what I wanted to do, and nobody had the same work ethic as I did. Nobody, people were slimy, and I just couldn't do it. So I decided to go back to school. I played with PetSmart. I get a call from the police department. Meanwhile, I have started keeping cichlid tanks. I was messing around on YouTube, started uploading based on some friends that are still friends today, which is amazing. And man, it spiraled out of control. Like my abilities, if I can say that I have a really good ability, it's a really good ability to articulate what it is I'm trying to get across. The gift of gab. And it was learned. I had it, but I honed it with the job that I did in the military. So when I got out and I started doing the aquarium stuff with YouTube, I was reaching out to companies, and what I found passion in was giving things away, whether it was motivation, emotional support, friendship, whether it was product, whether it was entertainment, whatever it is, I was addicted to giving it. I didn't keep it. I didn't want it. I wanted to give it away. And so I reached out to companies and they started sending me stuff, and I started sending stuff back out to folks all over the world. And it caught traction. I had fun. I was introduced to Universal Rocks. Everything was great. And then I lost myself in all of it. I was so focused in on everything else. I was helping businesses. I was helping friends' businesses. I was building websites for folks. I was helping customer service. I was doing social media. I was doing all of this. And it wasn't that it wasn't benefiting me, but the reciprocation wasn't there. Like none of it. It was just more. But what was I doing? Was I just wasting time? I don't look at it that way. I look at it as I learned a lot. I gained a lot of experience, and I realized what I don't want to do on the next go round. So I met this guy. His name's John. He lives in Jersey. He's a fish dude, and we meet up at Aquatic Experience. And I had got to the Aquatic Experience with Northfin because I started a business to have my son, which is Northfin USA, which now is together with Flip Aquatics. And it just kind of spiraled from there. Northfin is always present. I mean, I'm feeding Northfin exclusively. That will never change. Unless Northfin disappeared, like for some crazy reason, I will not get away from the world's best brand. Now, I didn't say that. The world's best brand, it was given to them by the branding of the world. So that kind of catapulted me. He told me, he's like, dude, you got to go after what it is you want to go after. You have to start doing stuff that also benefits you and not just everyone else around you. So I was like, great. I had a job at Universal Rocks. Everything was going great. Personal life wasn't the best, but all of that was good. I made a call to a company, Fritz, and I had just met somebody at the ACA that worked for Fritz at the time. And he said, yeah, give him a call. I'm sure they'll work with you in some way. And I said, hey, would you send me to a show? Any show. I just want to go to a show. And there was a show in particular that I didn't have enough money to get to, and it was the OCA. And I had promised somebody, I will not mention his name, but he had autism, and he was getting fish and backgrounds. His parents were so into it. And he said, will you promise to come to the OCA? And I can't say no to that. So I said, yeah, come hell or high water, I'll get there. And I was just very lucky that Fritz was all about going to the OCA, and it steamrolled from there. I got offered a position that I couldn't turn down, and I took that, and then which led me to where I'm at today as the national sales manager with CICHLIDS. CICHLIDS just presented itself in the absolute best manner. Would I have left Fritz if that wasn't the case? No. But I needed to get closer to my son, and CICHLIDS offered me that, along with other opportunities that Fritz, not that they didn't want to, but that ultimately it's not in their cards yet. And I've got to benefit me, right? I still have a great relationship with them. I still have a great relationship with Sean, with Fritz. I still have a great relationship with the whole team. My girlfriend's on the team. It's a win. It's an absolute win in what I'm doing. And the things we do for kids, yeah, I wouldn't change it a bit. I was coming here. And to see myself in the aquarium industry, I never would have thought. If you set your mind to just achieving what it is you want to achieve, then you just rock out, right? You just continue to follow that trailblaze, man. If there's not a trail, make one. And then go after what it is you want to go after, and you do it in an ethical way, you do it in a trustworthy way, and you're honest with yourself. The sky's the limit. I don't care what anybody says. So I missed a couple things. Absolutely addicting hobby. It is an addicting hobby. It is. Radical Reefs is in the house. He's a cool member. He needs to work on that store very fast. So Billy Parker said that the Navy kept me underwater a little too long, so he made friends with fish, and now he can't get away from them. I have never been on a ship with the Navy. I mean, deployed or stationed on a ship, which is funny. You are one of the best, if not the best speakers in the fish hobby in general, in my opinion. Well, I greatly appreciate that. I dabbled with a little public speaking in the aquarium industry by giving talks on bacteria. And then this virus showed up and was like, I don't think so. You will not be furthering your career opportunities in this. I am going to spread myself everywhere. And this douche canoe blocked a lot of stuff that I was working on. So maybe we can get back to that. One day I would actually, here's something that a lot of people don't know. I actually want to talk in front of high school kids. I want to be real. My Twitter, when I used to do Twitter, it used to be the realist, because I want to be able to stand in front of kids and tell them the truth, not packaged, beautiful, sweet tooth candy unicorn turds. I want to tell them exactly what it is they should be going after and thinking about as they're going after what they want to go after. Because I just feel like even when I was leaving high school, no one gave you the real. You always ignored what your parents talked about. But at the end of the day, there was no realism when it came to talking to kids, letting them know certain things, and encouraging them. It doesn't happen. Oh, thanks, Candy. No, I fell out of an attic. I did that too. But check this out. No boot on right now. Woo-wee. It's okay. It's not fantastic, but it is what it is. So you have convinced press into letting you come to Florida to tour yet after everything opens up. Press? Who's that? I'm not sure who that is. Because of you, I am going to start a YouTube channel myself. I can't wait. Fish Tank Barn in the house. Thank you very much for the super chat, my friend. If the country ever opens up, let's rephrase that. when everything opens back up, will there be a fish event again close to Indiana? Come on, man. Indiana. There's stuff that's usually in California. There's Texas. There's Chicago. There's stuff in Kentucky. There's lots of little frag things for saltwater. There's stuff around Indiana. So you're going to have to make a trip. What? No, New York? Yeah, there's stuff in New York, but Aquatic Experience is no longer. ACA 2021 St. Louis. Woo! I'll be there. Well, I say that, but if CJ is going to be there, I'll be there. Penguino Penguin keeps saying, make aquariums great again. Aquariums have always been great, bruh. They're never not going to be great. And we're just going to keep aquariums relevant. That's the idea. Yes, Jay, I do think you make a great inspirational speaker. I appreciate that. The Indie Club is having a bag swap on the 27th of September. Boom! Look at that. And you can never have enough aquariums. You got to be careful. you have to be very careful. Keep them huge. Yes. Keep your aquariums big, keep them clean, and keep them stocked nicely. All right. So I'm going to transition. Hold on. Just watched your real estate video. Ignore them. They will always be unhappy and find a reason to get triggered. Probably they didn't receive enough hugs from their dads in a broken society. I have no idea. My real estate video. I've never done real estate. But I'm cool. I appreciate that. You sold me my Universal Rocks background at the ACA in Houston 2 years ago. I remember, Edgar. And you immediately sent me pictures. I believe your kids were in the photo too. That's 2 years ago. My brain can't even remember what I had for lunch. But impact is key, right? If I have an impactful moment for some reason, my brain processes it and holds it. If it's like, just learn the greatest thing. Peep this. Wendy was like, hey, start keeping notes. Organized. Look at that, right? You want to know how I used to keep notes? Horrible. Look, no notes. No. Horrible. It was very, very, very uncomfortable, and it bothered me. So she definitely helped me out, and I'm forever thankful. But it's an impactful moment, right? These are huge, impactful moments. Hey, Mason's World 6000. I have one question for you. Will you help me make to every YouTube channel account you're going to be called Mason's World 6000? Gaming, Mason's Road 6000. Man, this kid is on fire. Mason, we need to just figure out your world, bud, before we get crazy. But I'm going to ask again, and whether you get tired of it, I really don't care. Go follow Mason's World 6000. Mason, do me a favor in the comments. Tell everyone how old you are. He's got a passion. He's excited. He wants to do what Mason's World 6000 was designed to do, and that was super high energy and all about Mason and the world around him. So go check it out. He's just a kid having fun. He's not into aquariums. It's just, something I'm able to do, and it's extremely, I don't know, it's fulfilling to help folks just go where they want to go. I don't care how old they are or how young they are. Stephen, that's exactly how it happened in my tank. Do you agree that fish keeping is addictive? In 6 months, I now have 4 tanks. It is addictive. I don't want to say it's addictive. Okay. We cause the addiction. Mason's almost 9. Joe Leone. Hey, my man. I'm excited to get more subscribers, he said. So I don't necessarily think the aquarium hobby is addictive. I think our mindsets are, it's like an artist, right? You set up an aquarium and you're like, man, that is amazing. I wish I had this. And then we just go spiral out of control. It is the evolution of fish keeping. It's our personalities coming forth in a box. You can stop. It's not addictive. You can stop. The addiction comes from, I think, wanting to create and better what you did before. To me, an addiction is something that it hits the dopamine and then you cannot stop, right? It becomes this, I don't even know the word to use. For me, it's not an addiction. I can stop it, but I don't want to stop what it is I do. I like to challenge myself. In an addiction, you're not really challenging yourself to hit another bar, to get better with what it is you're trying to achieve. It's more like you can't live without it. Does that make sense? Compulsion. Very good. Compulsion is good. I was talking about the bad experience you had when you tried to sell your house. I think that they were rude to you, super rude. People behaved rude to you. No common sense, no morals, no standards. Maybe, yes. But that's in the past. It's over, and we learned from it. I always wanted to breed heirloom livestock. I'm disabled. Last October, I started cycling a tank. After getting 5 tanks going, I have found my heirloom fish to breed, and I'm very excited. Po-sweet! I don't know if that's it. I don't know if it's Posey, Wisconsin, but I'm happy for you. Truly, I am. Mason's World 6000 just said, if I give you $1,000, will you give me an aquarium? Folks, hit the like button. $1,000, you'll get an aquarium, man. It's living art, always looking for the next masterpiece. Yes, it truly is. So let me show you something else that I'm working on in my brain. So the Paludarium will be here in October. I have just wrangled up the stuff I needed from Josh's Frogs. You can get some discounts if you use the code JAYW. And I have selected the stock, which I will not be talking about here. I'll be talking about that on members only. And I'm at a crossroad. Let me show you. This is absolutely the cheapest thing made. Think, like it doesn't even sit right. Think grander scale, right? Actually, just think this, but with a tray on top, because this is annoying. Think grander scale, okay? 48 inches across, 18 inches front to back. Maybe even this platform could be a little bit longer. Water completely under it. These things don't exist because we don't need them to look like that. This is just an injected molded cheapo thing. T-bone in the house. And the thought would be, this is where we build the land for the animal. Then we have the background and we go up with plants and the whole 9 yards. But this I have to figure out on a bigger scale that looks natural and doesn't look and feel cheap. Because how am I supposed to put dirt to plant and rocks on something like this? Come on. But it gave me the idea, so it is what it is. But I had thought about glass. I had thought about universal rocks. I think I'm on acrylic, and we will figure it out from there. Hashtag awesome sauce, baby. That's what we're talking about. So, oh, hey, let me peep this. I'm gonna post this real quick. Hit him with the holla. Carbon fiber. Yeah, I don't have that kind of money. I don't have carbon fiber money. So let's hit it. Let's hit it with some questions. What kind of questions do you have? I mean, crazy news. Just sold the kitchen table and chairs. Posted it, sold it. I actually don't know what it looks like right now because the doors have been closed. Oh, Radical Reef's got the old J. Willie face. That's the thumbs up for members. And we're going to recreate that area. We don't use it. You know, this is what we do in life, especially right now, right? We have wasted space. I read something on a article that said, this home has no wasted space. We had wasted space. We had a beautiful pub table with 4 awesome chairs, 0 utilization. 0. Zero. Zip, zilch, nada. So Wendy and I agreed, let's recreate the space. Let's make it an enjoyable space, something that we both can feel comfortable about when we walk by it, and not just some horizontal space to go, Radical Reefs, you did not use it. No one used it. Okay? False. So it's gone. We had thought about, we got this really crazy deal on some vintage furniture. And I say crazy deal, I'm saying like super crazy. And so we brought 2 of those armchairs in here. We got a nice little table, and we're going to bring a vivarium in. And I'm assuming Wendy is going to decorate it with her babies, which are plants. And it's just going to make a much better space to relax in. So I'm excited to see what happens with it. I'm excited to see some really cool things. You didn't eat dinner at that table. You didn't. No one did, unless you ate by yourself. What do you think about running air stones behind the background? Will that help move water? Yeah, it will. I just hate the hum of an air pump. So how long will it be before you end up getting this tank behind you going? Fair enough. So I said that the fish are coming Monday, did I not? September 7th. 40 Morago, 20 Kasanga Red Rainbow. Then I got to fire up my boy Cunningham's CICHLIDS, and we got to get the gobies. I got to transfer the Dardanelle catfish to this Hummer, get it popping. But guess what? I don't have filtration. Filtration's coming from none other than the baddest, most mamba jamba Italiano company in the world, CICHLIDS, but it's coming from CICHLIDS US, and we have to make sure that distributors and dealers have exactly what they need before I get what I need to run my aquariums, right? That's the way it should be. That's the way it's got to be. The window is this big. It's literally paper thin. I have to wash the sand, wash the rocks, silicone the rocks, get the back in, whether it's going to be black or it's going to be frosted. Then I have to have filtration, have it cycled. But how are we going to cycle it? Turbo start time, baby. Turbo start all day long. Add fish immediately by Monday when we pick up the Tropheus. Ha! And guess who comes Friday at 6? My main man, Liam Wade. So it's not a lot of time. Today is Wednesday. Tomorrow is the Thursday. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday has to be done. So I have to have canisters sometime Sunday. Like legit, because I still have to cut the rock if I'm going to put them in the rock, which I'm going to put them far right, far left. And then I may drill into this one, cut a hole down at the bottom that you won't see so water can flow through. That's a lot of work, but it'll be worth it. Oh, it will be worth it. And the lights aren't even here. No, the lights aren't here either. So I kind of like it that way. If it's not chaotic, it's not worth it, right? What kind of sand do you use? Carib Sea all day, hands down, every day. Won't change, always be the same, except for that tank. It's got Carib Sea and some Riverstone. I've got like 3 different types of Carib Sea substrate going in this tank. And magically, the sun is out at 7:44 in the evening. Like, it's, you know what? It's legit. I'm going to show you. I don't even know. Let me show you. Whoop. It just decided to poke its head out. Can you see that? Just bright. So, I don't know. I just got myself 10 golden tiger barbs yesterday. Heck yeah, T-Bone. What color are you using for that one? For substrate, it's going to be pink. Even though it's not pink, it's like tan. Some white and some crushed coral to mix in with it. It's going to be tight. How do the kids say it nowadays? If something's like super cool, what do they say? Is it going to be lit? Is it going to be fat? It's going to be the bomb. Wendy, what's a term? Give me a term for something that's cool. Rad? What do Canadians say? Killer? What? No, they don't. Badass. Oh my goodness. It's going to be killer. It's going to be rad. It's going to be tubular awesome, bruh. I don't know what Canadians, is there any Canadians in here? Can anybody vouch for a Canadian and what they would say? Like Hawaiians, cherry. It's going to be cherry. That's good. Slaps. This is going to be slaps. Do kids really use slaps? Lit. Going to be turnt. Oh, it's going to be turned up, yo. What else? What else do we do? I don't know why we're doing this. But my dad, so this is random. My dad really loved using the word bomb. And it was horrible. And it started, which this is actually kind of weird. We were camping in Canada. And we were at Koa Campgrounds, Niagara Falls. It's going to be sick. We were going through, it was a toll after the border. And my dad was wearing this no fear, like Kangol style hat, like this weird freaking hat. And it had eyes that said no fear on it. He loved that brand. And he said, he pulls up, we're paying the toll. And he's in front of us. And he drives off, right? He's in the van. And so I pull up and the lady is laughing. And I said, what just happened? And she said, oh, no, this gentleman was funny. I was like, no, it's my dad. What happened? And she said, oh, he had this really cool hat on it. And I said, it looked bomb on it. My dad lived and breathed that term. When we got to the next rest stop, he told everyone, my hat is the bomb. And that was it. Forever, he used that term. I don't know why I had to say that, but it was definitely an impactful time in my life. Biggs is Canadian. Biggs, if something is awesome, radical, tubular awesome, dude, hella cool, lit, what is the other ones? Cherry, frosty. I heard it's cold, man. It's gonna be cold. What is a term Canadians use? Do you guys use I don't know what you would use, but what is a term you would use? Hey, what are you gonna do with that tank behind you, Dave? Come on, T-Bone, Tropheus. This is going to be the Tanganyikan tank. It's gonna have some gobies, some Dardanite, and some Tropheus Morago, Tanzania. Hey, you hoser. I don't know. Is hoser a Canadian? I know A is, but I don't think Ninja Turtle tank. Never happened. It'll never happen. I can't get down with that. Unless my son was like all about it, we would do something like that. But no. No. Mad nice. Mad. You can add mad to anything back in like the early 2000s and late 90s, and it was cool, right? What is it? Man, that was mad fun. Like, what do we do with language? We are horrible at this. Hey, Jay, hope everything is going good for you, brother. Vinny's? It is. I have an awesome person that supports me in what I do. We communicate on a level that I've never communicated before. I have no idea what she's doing. All I see is a shadow of her pacing back and forth. Oh, wicked awesome. Yeah, that's Massachusetts, though. It's like wicked awesome. Wicked cool. What else we got going on here? AU hoser. Strange Brew, the movie taught me the Canadian. What products do you use for your hair? It always looks healthy. You actually want to know? Hold on. So it's funny you ask. I use Duke Cannon for most of my hygiene products. But I take this every day in coffee in the morning. I have 1 cup of coffee every morning, and this goes in it. Collagen peptides. It's actually probably helping the healing factor because it provides joint function, which is what I need right now, muscle recovery, strong hair, nails, radiant skin, and you could put it in smoothies, water. You can put it in coffee, which is what I enjoy it in. And I do it every morning. I don't miss it. Every morning. Matter of fact, George Farmer and I were using the same thing. We were joking because we were stirring. And I was like, I had mine earlier. And it's perfect. Love me some Duke Cannon Naval Supremacy. I am totally on leaf and leather right now. Great stuff. So yes, I use collagen, and surprisingly, I take 2 showers a day. I take a shower in the morning and a shower in the evening. It's a habit. Sometimes I don't, but I always do. But thank you. People bring up my hair all the time, and I get really self-conscious because my dad was bald, and it has not happened, knock on wood. But if it does, I'll just embrace it like the rest of the stuff I've embraced in life. So we're at 52 minutes. This doesn't mean it's over. Cacao powder, good to add too. I never thought of it. But Brandon Young, I appreciate that. How much filtration will you have in the tank behind you? 3 canisters, 2 to start. Third one I'll probably add. And I do that as redundancy for the 2. And the third one just because there is going to be quite a bit of fish in that tank. I can probably get by with 2 though. All right. Well, hit me with it. It's 52 minutes. We're in. We got 8 minutes left. Become a member, share this video, watch some other videos. Somebody mentioned, what was it? Somebody mentioned something, and it had me, the Star Wars tank. So I did a Star Wars tank with Fish Gallery. I'm going to repost that tomorrow. So check out Instagram. You may enjoy it. Tag some friends, get them to like it. We could do some cool stuff if I start getting more followers. Do you believe double the tank size for filtration? No. If you go gold, just get a cool Kangol hat. Oh, I actually have one of my dad's hats still. I keep it in my toolbox. My dad was a huge supporter of what I did in the military. And I was at the Pentagon, and I got him a Pentagon hat. And man, did he wear that thing everywhere. Everywhere. If he could sleep in it, I'm sure he had. But I got it. And it's pretty cool to have. So I'd probably end up wearing that hat. What gave you the idea for the Star Wars tank? It actually wasn't my idea. I was going to be down in Houston, and I was talking to the Fish Gallery because they're a huge supporter of CICHLIDS. And I said, hey, what is it we can do when we go down there to help you, right? That's the idea. I want to help whatever store I can help. They're carrying CICHLIDS product or they're looking to carry CICHLIDS product. That's the idea, to get in, penetrate, and to help them achieve what it is they want to achieve. Because if they're successful, we're successful. And if we're successful and they're successful, what the heck? That's the best combination in any business. So at the end of the day, he was like, we're doing a Star Wars themed tank. I was like, awesome. I have the child from The Mandalorian. My dog's name's Mando. I love it. Let's go down. And it turned out amazing. And it sold in like less than a week, which is really cool. And we did it live, and it was fun. I just wouldn't have a tank like that. It would be the bomb. I know, right? Totally missed using the proper adjective. Just for the record, I ate a delicious steak that you cooked on the grill at that table. I'm glad you remember. Well, Radical Reefs, maybe it wasn't that impactful. I don't. Wendy, did we eat at the table?
Yeah, we did.
With Ken?
With Ken
And Paul. Oh, here at the house. I do remember. They bought me the grill. They were just amazing. Dude, you got to lead with more than that. My mind went to the old house. And now I remember I cooked the steak on the new grill. We had corn on the cob. We had watermelon. It was lit, fam. I'm so sorry, Radical Reeves. I'm so sorry. Dude, Ken is... I got memory loss from hurting my ankle. No, I've got memory loss from the concussions. Thanks for the stream and all the great info and your motivation. Have a great night. You too, my friend. So Zen had made... somebody needs to do bombaquariums.com. bombaquariums.com. Actually, don't do that because there is a what's the hair place, Wendy, that we drive by? On Fleek. Somebody has a hair salon called On Fleek. Don't ever do that. Don't ever do that. Rebuilding our brand. Awesome to see you here. All right. 4 minutes. Hit me with whatever you can hit me with. There's nothing that is off limits. Nothing. Just for the record, I already read that. You better fix the cabinet door before the fish get there. Oh, this one that's off a little bit? Yeah, I haven't done anything. Beeves Reef and Cindy helped move it in, but yes, I have not done anything with this cabinet. It is slightly off. So I just have to fix that little dealio. What's next for me? Man, I'm having fun collecting Ninja Turtles right now. Collecting OG Ninja Turtles and Street Sharks. I've got to plan a trip once this kind of settles down. I need to get into some stores. Paludarium's October. This is next. I got the saltwater aquarium. Wendy, what's next? Not Hala. I've got to plant a tree in the front. I bought some trees this weekend. Wendy and I redid the side. We redid the patio. And yes, I did it with a boot. I had a bag over the boot and I was making it work. Not a backyard pond. No, I'm not digging. Unless Greg Whitstock wants to come do some pond guy stuff. No. Mason says if I go outside, I'll see him. I don't think that that's possible. Zenzo from Tazawa Tanks just sent me a photo. We need to see what. Look at that. Zenzo from Tazawa Tanks is in a store and he points to the CICHLIDS product. I like Zenzo. I've always liked Zenzo. I like his style. I like his demeanor. But the whale, you know what? Let's do something. This is going to be, I don't think he's ready for this. Maybe he won't answer because he doesn't like me. Somebody might have warned him. I'm calling him. He's on. Maybe he doesn't have a shirt on. But thank you very much, Zenzo. Just for showing me that. I greatly appreciate it. But I mean, that's the cool stuff that happens day in and day out. Zenzo is dope, as the kids say. Love his content. Yeah, Zenzo is dope. Any natural way to lower pH in a pond? pH lowers over time. pH will lower over time. So he is with Priscilla or was. Well, that would have been great. Duke City Aquariums. Zenzo is pretty awesome. So is Jay Wilson. Ah, I appreciate that. You know, this stuff is fun. Aren't you live on YouTube? I'm chilling shirtless in my hotel room. I told you. What did I just say? Yes, we were trying to call you. So it's just fun. Go check out Zenzo. If you're not subscribed to Zenzo, please check out Tazawa Tanks. Just a cool dude all around. But look, here's the deal. We have one life. Just one physical life. And it's up to you on how you want to live it. We want to see Zenzo shirtless in a hotel room. I do not. But hey, the Zen Ginger, if you want, absolutely go ahead. We got one shot at what we're doing. One shot. This is a Neptunian Cube USA. Go check it out. Tell him to answer that phone. So, what are you doing? What are you doing with one shot? Literally one shot. What did Eminem say? Do you capture it? Do you let it slip? There's always going to be obstacles. There's always going to be a naysayer. There's always going to be somebody that says, oh, you got a blue car. Should have got a white car. Should have got the green car. Would have been better. Took the job. Super stoked. Nah, you should have held out. Next big job's coming. You got a Dutch Shepherd. Nah, you should have got a Maltese. You set up an African cichlid tank. Ah, you should have set up a flower horn tank. Had Chinese food. Should have had French. You get it? There's always going to be somebody. There's always going to be somebody on the sidelines going, shoulda, woulda, coulda. I don't do it. I wouldn't do that if I were you. Every single time. See, Tazawa's in the house. There's always going to be somebody that is going to sit on the sidelines and they're going to critique every move you make. Every move. Right? But there's only one person that is legit making those moves, and that is you. So do we listen to somebody that literally has no impact on the decision we make? We just hear their critiques. Do we allow that to skew what it is we're going after? Because we've got one shot at everything we do. We can better what we did in the past, or we can continue making the same mistakes over and over and over again. And if that's what you want to do, then please get to the side, because there are hundreds of thousands and millions of people that are looking to move forward. They're looking to trailblaze. They're looking to change the things that have happened in the past. They're looking to improve on the things that we want to see in the future. And we're looking to do it right now. Whether it's with aquariums, whether it's with careers, whether it's with relationships, whether it's with society, whether it's with culture, with medical practices, and whether it's inventions and space travel and whatever it is, we are looking to make a change. And if you're not looking to change and you're looking to just stay, well, this just isn't for me. Go to the side, please. Please move to the side. I will gladly hand you a sampling of what it is as we move past. But I will tell you this. This is not for you that is moving forward. For those of you that are sitting on the side, disgruntled, unhappy, down and out, depressed, the woe is me, the victim, you, wherever I go, I will not leave you behind. It's a promise. I won't. If I have the ability to turn around and say, let's go, or I have the ability to turn around and say, here, look, I figured this part out. It's time for you to use it and get out of your mud hole. I'll do it. Because that's what I am. So I'm moving forward. So should you. But if you're not, I hope you are making conscious decisions and conscious efforts to get yourself out of whatever it is you are stuck in. Because believe me, it is not the end of the world. And pain, no matter what it is, this is only temporary, because that pain at some point will subside and new pain will take its place. New emotion, happiness, excitement, thrill. Whatever it is, something will move in and take its place. That's it. I had a conversation with the VA today. This is what I'm going to end with. Because a friend of mine used to do YouTube videos. He lives in Hawaii. He's got a fantastic Instagram page. He does photography. And he posted something on stories that impacted me. Remember what I talked about impact? He said, the resharing of checking on my brothers, checking on my sisters, the suicide awareness, right? A reshare of that. What exactly is that achieving other than you had the ability to go, that was cool. That was good. I'm not demeaning that share. What I'm saying is, what are you doing actually to impact what it is you were so passionate to press the reshare button? So when I was asked by the VA doctor, because yes, I am a disabled veteran. I don't talk about it much. I have a lot of things that I go to see the VA about, but I was asked, do I have thoughts of suicide? Do I own firearms? I get asked this so many times. But today I was compelled to answer it completely different. And there was a hope behind that answer. I said, no, I don't ever contemplate suicide. I never have. And I can honestly say I never will. Because my thought about it goes further than just me. It goes to the people that surround me. How does it impact them? But then it went even further by saying, no, I don't have thoughts of suicide, but I do talk about it. Because I've helped folks publicly and privately overcome thoughts of suicide. I'm proud of it. I've spent an hour and a half in an office on the phone with somebody saying, listen, if this is what's about to happen, you got to give me the opportunity to say what I got to say. I've done it a dozen times, and I'll continue to do it. Because one life is super valuable. There's not even a number you can put on it, because each of us, we have a purpose in this world. I don't care what you think, you have a purpose. And whether it's one small moment, it's your purpose. And you may not ever know it. It could be walking into a bakery and buying a sandwich that it's buy two, get one free. And you walk out and there's a homeless person and you hand them that sandwich. Here it is. And that sandwich provides them food, gives them energy, gave them hope. The next morning they woke up, they walked themselves into a shelter, they showered, they prepared themselves, and they walked in and they got a job. That job was the turning point. The turning point got them the success. It got them the self-empowerment to go out. Now they have a relationship. Now they're impacting lives in a different way. Do you see that small moments can have a ripple effect for an eternity that you may never, ever see? Because if they have kids and that child understands that story, and from that story, it keeps perpetuating itself for years to come. Your life is worth it. And I can say that 19 and some change veterans commit suicide every day. It's just veterans. We got to do better. We got to do better with ourselves. Our mental game needs to be on fleek. And if you need help, there are people. There's a me. So I am here for you. Be a game changer. Do you. Don't let anyone hold you back from becoming what you want to be. You can't help those that do not want to help themselves. I agree. Pick up the fallen and carry them to help towards recovery and help them realize their life is worth more than a single act. The most genuine and simple thing can move mountains. Motivation and inspiration is natural with you, son. Keep it up. It inspires more than 60 people. I'm on meds because that's all I think about is suicide. It's a disease. And T-Bone, I can tell you right now that although it's a disease, it's curable. If you need anybody, you have access to me in any way, I'm here. Don't ever feel that you're alone. Folks, thank you so much for taking the time out of your Wednesday. I know you got stuff to do. You're driving home, you're eating dinner, you're playing with the kids, or maybe you're just sitting back, relaxing, listening to my voice. I don't know. But whatever it is, I hope you do not have a shirt off like Zenzo from Tozawa Tanks. I appreciate everyone. I appreciate everything you do. Small, big, it doesn't matter. Super chats, members, resharing, liking, disliking, commenting, just ghosting me. Matter of fact, I had a conversation. Candy, can you share Steen thoughts? Can you share Bob's channel for me? I messaged Bob the other day. I do this randomly to a lot of people. I just check in. Hey, how's it going? He said, great. Seems like you're doing great. I lurk in the darkness. It's okay. It's okay. I appreciate each and every single one of you, no matter what it is you do. Members, get ready because we're about to unleash something that nobody has ever heard before, and it's happening after this. Thank you for watching. You do know what's next. What is that? Anybody can tell me what that's from? Holla!